Joining us now is the niece of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and a Fox News contributor, Dr. Alveda King. Welcome. And Dr. King, I guess I saw you run to the microphones to put the 2 cents in when your aunt's name was brought into the record with Elizabeth Warren. And next thing you know, it's Tim Scott getting the racial backlash.
And Tim, of course, was correct in sharing with America the kinds of hits that he and many conservative African Americans get for espousing viewpoints that stand up for the values of what we believe America to be. Senator Warren, of course, I believe she's a politician, and she may plan to run for office again. And often, especially, and I usually don't use liberal and conservative too much, but in the liberal camp, playing the race card has worked through the years. But it doesn't work as much anymore. And when they pulled the plug on it, to use my aunt, Coretta Scott King, and we had different viewpoints during her lifetime, but I was once her press secretary, correspondence secretary. And so to use her, a very gracious woman of integrity, to play the race card and put my aunt in the middle of it, it was just too much.
Because during the testimony and the arguments over whether or not Jeff Sessions would be the new Attorney General.
And he's now the Attorney General.
He is. Everybody knew he would be the Attorney General. Elizabeth Warren read a letter that she had written years earlier. What's interesting, though, is that after that letter was written, a couple years later, she actually came out, I read, and said some positive things about Jeff Sessions.
She greeted him at an event for Rosa Parks, and A.G. Sessions was one of those who sponsored the Rosa Parks Museum and that kind of thing.
So it's all political.
But why didn't she read the letter when Aunt Coretta said that immigration will be bad for the Negro job market? Why didn't she read that?
Yeah, why didn't she? What do you think?
I don't know. And even President Obama, when he was senator, he said the same thing. So now, for political reasons, playing the race card, attacking African Americans who are conservative. Yeah. You know, Tim Scott, brave guy. America needs to know.
You know, for people at home that haven't heard what he said, he stood on the Senate floor and he read all these tweets and all this hateful stuff that people are saying about him because he is an African American Republican, the only one in the Senate. Listen to what he said.
A white man in a black body. You are a disgrace to the black race. How does a black man turn on his own? Senator Tim Scott is not an Uncle Tom. He doesn't have a shred of honor. He's a house Negro, like the one in Django.
He also said that he was not going to use the N-word, which there were many episodes of that, because it was inappropriate for the Senate floor.
It is inappropriate. And, you know, even Senator Rubio made that point. We can't go back to the Wild Wild West. We can't go back to fist fights on the floor of the Senate. And I would say we have to love and forgive.
Let me ask you this. There's a theory out there that the Republicans are making inroads in the African-American community with vouchers to get them out of the cycle of poor schools that are failing and going in with urban renewal projects because they're seeing the sincerity in Donald Trump. And that's why these convulsions of backlash, almost a fear, is happening on the left. Do you believe that?
Well, what President Trump has done, he did ask for the African-American vote. He did ask, what do you have to lose, but he said, let me show you what you have to gain. I think that Dr. Ben Carson's going to do a great job with HUD. And so I believe that if we love, forgive, and pray, that we can begin to work together rather than fight each other.
All right. Dr. King, thank you very much for dropping by the Curvy Couch today.
Thank you.
Thank
Very
you,
nice
Dr.
to see
King.
you.